What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Day One Radio right here on Live Hip Hop Daily. I'm Maurice Garner in here with my man BP. What's going on with you, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. It's been a long week already, but happy to be in here, man. Back at y'all. Appreciate y'all listening on all the different podcast apps and whatnot. Make sure that y'all subscribe, rate, and review. Appreciate y'all watching us on Live Hip Hop Daily for sure. We appreciate that all the time, man. And you know, this week we got somebody, man, that people know from some controversial interviews. People know from the Roc. People know from producing this stuff. But what a lot of people don't know is this dude has done everything in hip-hop that you could possibly do. Straight out of the Bronx, man. We got Choke, no joke. What's good, man?
What up, what up, what up? I'm in the building. What up, y'all?
Yeah, man. Happy to have. We actually ran into Choke at Clark, Atlanta, man, of all places, going to speak to a class, and he gives back and gives his time there as well, man. So what brought you out here to Atlanta? I even had no idea you lived out here now.
Actually, when I released the Hip Hop Nucleus, a documentary on the legendary Tunnel nightclub in New York City, which is out on iTunes and Google Play right now, I was on my media run, and when I hit Atlanta, you know, I did a lot of radio and stuff down here. A friend of mine's had just got a kidney transplant.
Gotcha.
And they asked me to, you know, stick around and help them out a little bit. And I'm like, only way I could, you know, just stop what I'm doing like that is if, you know, I'm making money. And they was like, yo, Atlanta's a hot spot, you know, for what you do.
Right.
So I was like, all right, let me test the market. You know, I put a resume together, which I haven't had in probably like 15 years or more. And I sent it out, and the next week they called me for the Housewives of Atlanta.
Wow.
So I produced that show, season 10, and, you know, I was really feeling the energy out here, so I decided to stay.
Got you. Now, how was that, man, that you've been doing, you know, hip-hop for so long? You've done reality shows here and there, but, you know, primarily, you know, live program, behind-the-scenes stuff, things of that nature, man. How was it switching gears, working on a reality show?
I mean, it was that reality show is probably about my maybe third or fourth.
Because I know you did the real McCoy joint.
Yeah, that one. I did Knockout, which is a boxing reality show.
Yeah, I guess that would be considered. I think of more like that as sports. You know what I mean? Right. But I guess that would be a reality show.
Yeah, and other than those two, what else I did? Something else. I can't think right now. But that one was probably the hardest one that I worked on for, you know, just for the job description, because not only was I a producer, I was the writer, you know, so I had to write these summaries that got to go up to New York to Andy Cohen and them. And, you know, the summary is basically you got to tell him everything that happened in the shoot where he could read it and visualize it without seeing no footage.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, a lot of writing and, you know, real detailed summaries, and, you know, that job description fell in my lap, you know, because, you know, other people wasn't writing as good as I was. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I took on more of that responsibility. You know, it was a lot of long hours, you know, like 16-hour days, 6 days a week. Then you're dealing with, you know, the talent and, you know, their egos. I'm
sure the personalities.
Yeah. So, you know, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. And then, you know, also there's the part of you that's not comfortable with some of the things that the people upstairs want to do to the women or make come out on TV. So you got that part of you too that's, you know, where myself found myself being questioned plenty of times. Well, whose side are you on, the talent or production?
Wow.
So, you know, when you got morals and shit like me, you know, it's never the production over the talent when I feel like you're getting ready to hang somebody or maybe potentially put their kids through some hardship that they'll be dealing with for the rest of their life.
Man, that's a tough position to be in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
But you got people that work on the show that
they
just want their goddamn check. They ain't got an opinion about shit. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's harder.
Definitely, man. Let's take it back, man. You grew up in the Bronx. How did you first get it? HBX Uptown. Got you. So, how did you first get involved in hip hop? Because I know you rap, produce, done acting, been in a gang of videos. Like, how did that first happen?
Just growing up in it.
Yeah.
Living in the Bronx. Like, I went through every stage of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? When we grew up, we was writing graffiti. You know what I'm saying? We used to make our own little markers with the shoe polish. You know what I'm saying? We used to go get the I forgot we used to get the deodorant with the roll-on.
Yeah.
And we would take those, pop out the little roll-on thing, dump the deodorant out, put dye in it,
Gotcha.
and then put like a sponge top on there, and then that was our marker. Wow. You know what I'm saying? That's how we used to bomb things, from graffiti to breakdancing, on cardboard, linoleum, wearing the windbreaker suits. I every stage of hip hop. Like, I'm from the Bronx. Hip hop didn't start till about 78, 79. By that time, I was already 7, 8 years old.
Right.
So I'm mimicking, what these dudes is doing. I want to break dance. I want to write graffiti. I want to electric boogie. I want to pop lock. I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? I want to produce. So I tried my hand at everything. And I was great at a lot of it, but you can't do everything. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So at different stages, I just went to different lanes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, if I came to that fork in the road, it was like, all right, am I going to do this or I'm going to do this? All right, I'm going to do this. And then I'll go hard with that. And then vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
What would you say is like the first lane that kind of like caught for you out of all those things? I think everybody that's in the culture can attest to that to some degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? The first thing that I was like, all right, I'm going to commit to DJing.
Right.
I fell in love with that or got the best of this. So what would you say the first lane was for you that you were like, all right, I'm going to spend years, blood, sweat, and tears trying to make it in that one?
Well, like I said, it was just stages. Like, when we started with the graffiti, then I was, trying to get nice with that.
What was your graffiti name?
Status. I don't know why I came with that one, but as I went on tagging, I seen that name 100 times all over the place. Like, probably 100 people had that name. But and then when I, from that, like when I got into the rapping, I was producing for myself. You know what I'm saying? And then other people in the projects. You know what I'm saying? Naked Faces, Raw Dog, Inch, like a bunch of different people I was producing for. And then, like, we had this group, and then we had the opportunity to open up for the Fushnickers in Ohio, and nobody took it as serious as me, and nobody came through, and it was just me. So from that point, I got this, I ain't gonna say I got discouraged with the music, I got discouraged with depending on people. And that's how Choke No Joke became this solo artist, and I just kept doing the music by myself. And then, so that became my passion, producing and doing music. And then I started modeling and acting, you know what I'm saying? Because the music thing, I got frustrated with it. Mm-hmm. It was so much bullshit and trying to get signed. That's back in the days when you had to have a demo and a bio. Yo, you got a demo? You come back with your demo. Yeah, hey, hold my demo. Oh, you ain't got your bio? You got to come back with your bio. Yo, you got your bio? Oh, yo, you ain't got no publicity photos? I'll come back. I'm saying you could. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just giving you the runaround, giving you the runaround. So at some point with the music, I just then I started seeing how niggas was selling out and giving up they self You know what I'm saying? I started finding out what was really going on.
That pause said so much.
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't for me. All right, I'm good. Let me find something else. Then I went to the modeling and acting, and while doing that, I started bringing my camera on the set, and I started shooting behind the scenes stuff because I'm around Nas, Mobb Deep, Lil Kim, Puffy. I'm around all these dudes all the time working on these videos. So, I started filming stuff that was going on and bringing it back to the hood.
How did you get into the modeling and acting thing?
It was like when I was in the streets.
Right.
And it was like the last case I caught, I got out of it. And I was like, all right, I'm done. And then I was dating this R&B chick at the time. And she had a deal. So she was living with me out in Virginia. And then, after that case was over, she was already going back and forth to New York because of her record deal. So it was like, yo, I'm done. Yo, let's go to New York. And, because you got to be there anyway. And I got to, I got to do something else because this ain't working. And I was, this close to catching a bid. So I was like, I'm done. I went out on the block where niggas was at and was like, yo, who want this? Who want these? You know what I'm saying? It was like a flea market. Right. Whatever dudes had, I sold it. Yeah. The niggas like, yo, are those real? Those work? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, they work. Now hurry up before the cops come. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just got rid of everything that I had, and I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to New York, and, so that's how I started doing the modeling and acting, because she was in entertainment. She was doing her music thing, and, that was taking off. And so I started doing the modeling and acting thing, and then I was like co-managing the group she was with, gotcha. Unofficially. And, that's where the camera thing came in. I mean, the modeling and acting came in because I had to do something other than what I was doing. And then I was being successful at it, but then, I was chasing the lead role. When I got the first lead role in the music video by this artist named Olu, O-L-U.
Oh, man, Olu used to be jamming, man.
Yeah. Olu. He got the video, My World. I'm in that video, me and Bokeem Woodbine. So when I got the lead role in that video, then I was, like, the thrill was gone. It was like, I bust my nut. You know what I'm saying? But the passion of shooting behind the scenes
gotcha.
Was burning me up. Like, because every time I come back to the hood now, dudes is waiting for me to come home because they want to see who I was around. Right. They want to see this, you chilling next to Nas. Oh, Puffy and them running from the Tiger, like in the Hate Me Now video. You know what I'm saying? The Tiger guy got loose. I had filmed that.
Wow.
So when the passion started coming with, seeing the reaction from people, from me bringing home the footage from behind the scenes, and that's when I fully went with that.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And that was, now it's easy to shoot everything. This is like cameras with tapes in the camera.
Right.
It's like you
camera in your phone now.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, for me, it's not even worth running and shooting like I used to because, I used to shoot stuff and I'll be the only person with it.
Right.
Now, everybody be waiting for me, a few days for me to post whatever it is that I shot or hit the air on the public access or on Fox.
Right.
When I had those shows, people had to wait a week or two for, it to join the air. Now, people seeing the footage before you even leave the venue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, people don't watch the concert no more. They like this, watching it through the camera and not even taking in the full experience of the artist. And it's kind of like borderline disrespectful for a person to be up there performing their ass off and you just filming the whole thing. Like, you're not watching it with your eyes.
That's very true. I'm sure you have just like tons and tons of footage. in addition to what we've already seen, man, what is the, if you can even say it, what is the one tape or the piece of footage that hasn't been seen that you just got sitting in the archives that people would trip off of today?
Oh man, it's so much. It's so much. You know what? It was a one that I would never ever put out because I love Remy. But I was looking at this footage I had from the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And you know the parade, that shit is long.
Yeah.
It's long. And I don't know if it was sweat. I don't know if Remy went to the bathroom on herself. But her whole crotch area is just soaking wet. The whole I'm like, damn, Remy peed on herself. I'm like, I can't put this out. You know what I'm saying?
You
Remy
made the right
will hate
decision.
me forever for that. But I think that, I got hundreds, probably not more than hundreds, probably thousands of hours of footage and tapes and stuff. But that's one thing that I know if I put that out, people be like, oh, Remy peed on herself on the floor.
Can't put that out.
No, I would never do that. That's my homegirl.
So what did you do with this footage at first? I know you mentioned shows. Like, what were some of the first things that you was doing with all this footage? Because you were taking it back to the hood, but like, what was you doing with it after that? Like, what was you making?
I was making my own little mixtapes, like for my own viewing pleasure. Because back then I didn't know how to edit. I didn't even have to know what the concept of editing was. So I would take 2 VHSs and say if this was my 8mm, I would hook my 8mm up to this VHS and then have the other VHS. So I would play and record what I want on VHS. Say if it was Nas' performance, I would record Nas' performance on this VHS and then hit record on this VHS and record that performance and then stop and then take, let's say, Brand Nubian or somebody come after that, or interview. Let's say an interview. I got an interview with Nas after that. Then I would take the interview and record it onto that VHS and then take the second VHS, play this one, and then pause, record, and then as soon as the interview start, bam, I hit it. And then, it would look like a clean edit, as close as clean as it
Getting
could
it how
be.
you live, man.
Yeah, but that's how I would make these VHS, video mixtapes just for myself of all the different little footage I had. And actually, that was practice for me, and I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why do you think that was your passion, man? After doing so many things, why do you think that's the one that stuck with you? It was like, I gotta do this.
I think I think that was just my passion, period. Because I remember watching videos a lot when I was young, like New York Hot Tracks, Ralph McDaniels, even MTV when they started. I was always very into the lyrics and how the lyrics didn't match the content of the video.
Yeah.
And it just was my biggest pet peeve. I hated it. Like, yo, this video, because I hear a song and I'll visualize something.
What it look like. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I see the video, it ain't got shit to do with the song. And I think that's my gift. You know what I'm saying? I think my gift is, I can paint great pictures in my head. Like if I did a video for every album, every song on the like Life After Death, like the same thing that Biggie is saying, you would see it if I did the video. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be all this other extra nonsense. It would be like you watching it word for word. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my gift.
So for, the Tunnel was and you mentioned the documentary earlier, the Tunnel was just a legendary club in hip hop. And everybody went. How did you become the guy who was shooting all of the footage? Because I'm sure you wasn't the only one in there with a camera, but you were the one who was known.
Well, I wasn't the only one, but my crew was the only one. You know what I'm saying? It was a public access show that we had.
Yeah.
And, you know, some dudes that I grew up with, you know, which basically Flex was the DJ at the tunnel. So we all grew up around Flex. So Flex gave us that access to go in there and shoot. And, you know, he wasn't going to create competition for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even like the cameras, actually, real keeping it all the way real. He hated it.
How ironic.
You
Because
know
he
what I'm
love the
saying?
cameras now.
Right. Oh, here y'all niggas go with them cameras again. Oh, these niggas is speeding. This is the shit that he used to say. Yo, Flex, I need you. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, the shit is worth some shit.
Yeah.
Now you know, you wish you fucking had the vision that, you know, we had back then.
Right.
Because who's to say where we be? Even like Peter Geisha said the same thing. Oh, you was a genius back then. I wasn't even thinking about you filming my whole life back then. So I didn't think it was genius. It was just for the love of hip hop.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't do it thinking, oh, yo, 20 years from now, there's gonna be some iconic shit. No, nobody knows that.
I mean,
it's
a
passion.
brand. I mean, the tunnel is a brand. What's your favorite memory from those tunnel years, man?
I don't know. My favorite memory. I have too many memories. You know what I'm saying? I think my favorite memory was probably Sunday night getting prepared for it because it was always something different. You know what I'm saying? You know, you might have some people Saturday night, they going to 145th or Fordham Road or Jamaica Ave, depending on where you Fulton Street.
Go get fresh.
Go get fresh. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is going to see the Weed Man before they, before they go to the club. You know, some niggas is getting hennied up. You know what I'm saying? For me, it was trying to pre-label the tapes. You know what I'm saying? And have them ready so where as soon as I finish shooting something, I could write down a little note on what's on that tape, pop another one in, keep it moving. Making sure my batteries was charged.
What was you shooting with back then?
Shit, it started with VHS, then it went from mini DV, then the 1-chip, then down to the 3-chip DVD.
Yeah.
I mean DV, you know what I'm saying? So I went from VHS cameras, I had a TRV 900, I had a Canon XL1, I had a Sony i8, I went through a few cameras.
You had the artillery.
But you know, the cameras, like, they change every year, every 2 years.
Definitely. Going into the night, would you know who was going to perform or who was going to be
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you don't know who the performer is going to be.
Yeah.
But you don't know who is going to randomly show up.
Gotcha.
Because you can see anybody in there hanging out, from Mary J. Blige to Faith to Puffy Baby Mom, Misa and them to, Puff, Busta, Boot Camp Click, DMX, Tupac, Biggie, Method Man, like the Wu-Tang Clan. And you will see any and everybody in there. Aaliyah, like anybody. If you was somebody in the 90s, you had to go in that tunnel unless you was just a scared ass motherfucker. And there was plenty of those. Some people was like, I'm definitely not going in there. Some people now look at my documentary, the Hip Hop Nucleus, and be like, yo, I wouldn't have never went in there.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we hear so many great, memories about, oh, this was the night that this person did this song or this, that, and the other. Like, were there moments in there where somebody went in there and, like, it just did not go good? Like, it was just a flop, and it was like, oh, man, you are ruined from this day forth. You failed at the tunnel. It is a wrap for you, sir. And it's like...
Yeah, it's plenty of those people. But I'm not going to say no names, because every time I get asked that question and I say somebody's name that didn't bubble, they get mad. My phone get the ringing or whatever. But if you look at the documentary, it's people that they mention those people that bombed.
Yeah. How's the documentary been doing? Because it's been
Great.
out for like, what, a year and a half now?
Yeah. It went number 1 on iTunes documentary chart. It was like top 3, top 4 overall films on iTunes. If you go on iTunes, you can see even Google Play, same thing. Is rated 5 stars. You know, the reviews are phenomenal. So what more can you ask for? I'm happy with it. I'm independent. You know what I'm saying? It's all me. So it's a beautiful thing.
Got you. No, of course we got to talk about, you know, the Roc A Fella years, man. What did you in that couple year period and doing a lot of that work for them? What's the one of the lessons that you took out of that situation with everything you saw and everything you dealt with? Because people still talking about it 10, 15 years later.
The main thing I took from that is friendship and business don't mix. That to me, like, Roc A Fella was the blueprint of independence, but it also showed you that money, women, and ego can destroy a dynasty.
Yeah, that's a Molotov cocktail, man.
You know what I mean? So what it showed me is that basically that, you know, no matter how tight you and the person are, if y'all was bumping diapers, your kid could be your you could be the godfather of my son. When it comes to that bread, things can change, and our relationship can be tarnished. You know, especially with the different type of people in your ear.
That's very true. That's very true, man. We've heard, you know, the famous stories from that situation for sure, but for you, what is do you have any, because you learned a lot, I'm sure, do you have any regrets from that period at all?
Regrets? If I have any regret, I have one regret, and that was probably I had set up a situation when we was in London. I had met the owners of an all-black, I'm not going to even say the name of the station, of an all-black, it ain't too many, all-black network back then. This is probably 2003, 4. Over in the UK, London, and Africa, they had an all-black network, right? Now, I met these people, and they were willing to sell the network or do a partnership, right, with Roc A Fella. You know what I'm saying? So when I set up this meeting, I called Dame, and I'm like, yo, Dame, there's some people I want you to meet. It's a possibility, you can have your own network. And niggas is talking about having their own network now in 2018. Right. This was 2003, right. Way before Revolt, way before any of this shit. Fucking, it was just BET. You know what I'm saying? And it was nothing over there for us. Right. All black. Right. You get what I'm saying? So this is the vision I have. So when I see Revolt and motherfuckers trying to have their own network now, it lets me know I was light years ahead of niggas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I got the owners. I got with the owners of this network, right? And they was all for it. They was even willing to brand the Roc A Fella name with the name that was already established. Gotcha. So it would have been, I ain't gonna say their name, so let's just say it was NBC. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they was willing to make it Rock NBC. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I called Dame's assistant, right? And back then I didn't know that these motherfuckers was setting me up for failure at Roc A Fella. You know what I'm saying? Not Dame, but Dame's the people around Dame, because me and Dame was real tight.
Gotcha.
I was close to Dame. So motherfuckers had to get me away from Dame.
Right.
Because me and Dame are two Taurus, strong-headed, no-nonsense motherfuckers. So me and him together is a power team. You know what I'm saying? So these motherfucking devils, they ain't keep a bunch of motherfucking devils around. And they don't have to necessarily be white people when I say devils. Yeah. I mean evil motherfuckers. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? But he keep these motherfucking devils around. You know what I'm saying? So I call up the girl and I'm like, yo, tell Dame I set up that meeting, you know what I'm saying, with those people. Do he want them to wait for me in the wait in the lobby, or should we go up to the room and wait? You know what I'm saying? Because these are big people, right? The fucking bitch, you know what I'm saying? I hate to call her bitch, but fucking bitch, you know what I'm saying? Tells me, oh, all right, yeah, he said go up in his room and wait for him. This fucking bitch was lying. Never told Dame. Set me right the fuck up. Now I got the owners of the fucking only black network sitting in Dame's room waiting for him, and they're African. Right. Not African American, they're African, real black, prestigious African men, right? Dame walks into his room and see us sitting there. It's like, yo, Choke, what's this? Yo, get these niggas. Ooh. Niggas. These are Africans, black dudes. I've been to Africa. I don't know if y'all ever been to Africa, but I had never heard the word nigga in Africa. No. The whole time I was there, I have not niggas using it as slang, nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Choke, get these niggas out of my room. You should have seen their faces. I was like, yo, Dame, y'all don't want to hear it. Yo, get these niggas out of my room. I looked at this bitch, and she act like she did not fucking speak to me. I said, yo, Dame, he called me in his room, and before I can explain to him who they were, yo, why you bringing niggas in my fucking room? I said, yo, I told Sophia that fucking, I called her and asked her, do you want me to wait in the lobby with them or in your room? She told me to go in your room. Y'all don't give a fuck. You get the fucking niggas out of here.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of money.
This nigga had the opportunity to buy a fucking network, and at the time he had the money. You don't understand what this shit would have did for fucking our culture at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I walk out, and I tell the guys, yo, look, I'm sorry. Can y'all, come with me? I take them down to my room. Yeah. I go back upstairs, and I go and get the other white chick that's running Dame shit, right? And I say, yo, look, these dudes are the owners of da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I called this girl. She told me to bring him in Dame room. She like, oh, word? Oh, yeah, all right, well, she set you up, whatever. Let's see if we can fix this. So she come to my room, she talks down, she talks to them, but she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. Right. She don't know black culture. They don't want to talk to her. Right. They want to talk to Dame. Right. You get what I'm saying? But this nigga's so fucking ignorant and was so on his own fucking dick at the time, he blew the biggest fucking opportunity for himself that he didn't even know it, because you wanted to be in TV and film. Right. You get what I'm saying? You had the opportunity to own your own network, not your own internet channel, a real network. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And your question was to me, do I have any regrets about that time? My fucking only regret was not going to Jay-Z. That was my only fucking regret, not going to Jay-Z. Because everybody that Dame fired or had a problem with with Dame, left and went to Jay, and Jay took him in. Well, those people are still with Jay now.
I remember that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whether it's Lenny S., John Minnelli, or whoever it was, when Dame fired them, he fired Lenny S. for going on tour with Jay to do the playback. Mm-hmm. Why you fire him for that? Jay is still under Roc A Fella. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that goes to show the separation between us. Between them. But My biggest regret was not going to Jay-Z and saying, yo, Jay, you want to buy this network?
Right.
Because they willing to sell it and they willing to brand the Rockefeller name with the name that's already there. And I swear to this day, that shit fucking bothers me. Because I know I would have got a piece of that shit.
Yeah.
And what it would have done for American culture overseas, over the water, for us to be able to give them all our programming, and it is coming from us, a Jay-Z or a Damon Dash, or a Choke No Joke, and we giving them our culture. You know what the fuck that could have did for us? But this nigga was so fucking on his own dick that he wouldn't even listen to me. And I swear to this fucking day, I fucking hate that. I fucking not go to Jay-Z because I know Jay-Z would have did it. Yeah. He's too fucking smart. He would have jumped on that shit like a nigga was giving him 50 bricks for $10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
That is my tough. To this day, man. I fucking regret that shit, man.
You gotta take a swig of water after that.
Yeah, I got one more regret at Rockefeller. Like I told you, I came in this game rapping.
Yeah.
One day I had a battle with Kanye West at Quad Studios.
Please tell me you got this shit on tape.
Dame got it. Dame got that tape. I fucking roasted this nigga Kanye, right? When we first started battling, I was just bullshitting. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody at Rockefeller knew I rapped.
Yeah.
So Kanye was going off for shit and whatever. So, like, the first rap I spit, I wasn't even into it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because my thing was, I don't want these niggas to think that I'm Trojan horsing my way into Rockefeller as a cameraman, and I really want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Mixtapes just appearing all over the studio and all this shit.
Right. So what happened was the niggas started battling me. I don't even know how it started, but we started going. By the second round, I'm like, I snapped into MC mode.
Right.
Like, oh, this nigga, you think you nice? By the third round, I had niggas in stitches.
Yeah.
Niggas is rolling, niggas is on the floor laughing and shit. Fucking, the nigga Big Face Gary grabs the nigga Kanye and pulls the nigga out the studio. and within like 4-8 bars of my next verse.
Yeah.
Cause niggas is laughing and I stopped them. Like I stopped the battle because niggas is laughing so hard at what I said.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That the nigga got a chance to grab the nigga in the middle of that and pull them out of it.
Wow.
So my thing, and then after that, the nigga Dame was like, yo, you want to be a rapper? And I said, oh, it's a trick question. And I said, nah, man, I'm doing this camera shit. But if I said yeah, I know Dame would have put me in the fucking studio because he knew I had it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to this day, I be like, damn, I should have fucked. You know, I got over fucking maybe 100, 200 songs.
I was gonna say, do you still writing all that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, so why don't, in this day and age, you can put some shit out right now while we sitting here talking. Why wouldn't you?
I'm thinking about it. I'm honestly thinking about it because I don't want to have that regret later. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
But you know what? I thought it was my age to be trying to do it now, but it don't even matter now. When you see Jay-Z go platinum or dropping 444 at his age, and the thing that makes me want to do it now, like sometimes on my Instagram I'll spit some shit, and niggas be like, "Damn, Choke," like, and I'm like, "Damn." Like, niggas is really feeling me when I spit some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm speaking niggas' language. Yeah. Maybe I just need to just go ahead and give it to them in a music form because they love the education and the jewels that I give them. Why not just give it to them in the music form?
I'm going to do straight, like, both me and Reese are journalists by trade. So we, double XL, Swords, Vibe, Complet, yada, yada, done all that shit. And when we started doing this 5 years ago, it was just so we could tell stories in a different format. Mm-hmm. Like, you a creator. So why not create in every way that you're able to?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just, like sitting on shit for no reason. You never know who that shit might change their life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, I got tons of songs, and they all concepts songs. They ain't not just nigga just rapping.
Yeah.
Or nigga got some shit to talk about. I've been through too much.
For sure, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
You have had a long relationship with BET.
Yeah.
Doing a lot of production and whatnot for them, man. And two of the programs that you've done stuff for that obviously anybody listening to us and watching us would care about is Rap City and 106 in Park, man. Why do you feel like them shows don't survive anymore? Like, I know that you can watch videos at your leisure, but those shows were never particularly about the videos as much as they were about the presentation and the exclusive content that people was getting.
Those shows died because back then the labels were making a lot of money. The labels were paying for a lot of shit back then.
Got you.
In regards to those video shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now that the labels aren't putting money into the artists like that no more, those shows don't get the sponsorship that they were once getting. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's like, okay, well, we don't need 106 in Park no more because, you know, Coca-Cola ain't giving us the same sponsorship dollars, you know, because, you know, the labels aren't putting into what they were with the artists. So if, you know, what's a good example? Let's say Lil Romeo album is coming out. You know what I'm saying? Back then, Master P would come up to the label. Up to the network, buy the whole lunch staff.
Gotcha.
Buy the staff, the whole staff lunch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Go hang out with the executives. And then next thing you know, next week he number one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, you know, so like those days ain't around no more.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like those shows they not gonna live because the labels aren't spending money like they were. They weren't, you know, artists ain't selling 400,000 or 500,000 records in a week anymore. So the labels ain't tricking on the networks like they was on MTV and the BETs like they were. You know what I'm saying? You know, they would have them packages where, remember they had the packages where DMX new album's coming out, so his new video, Get At Me Dog's gonna play every hour on the network.
The jam of the week or
the jam of the week.
Right.
Those shits cost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and labels ain't paying for it no more, so they don't go. But they kind of need to bring it back because it don't make sense to have award shows and you don't have no music shows.
Yeah, it's nothing built around them.
Right.
At all. And I feel like those shows had a lot to do with people becoming stars.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
definitely.
everybody ain't on their phone looking at this particular artist 24/7. It's different. TV still matters.
Right.
Even though, like, everybody has the on-demand and yada yada and cutting the cord and all that, TV clearly still matters. You're not getting 100 million people or even 30 million people to look at a particular video or anything on a website at the same exact time.
Right.
Like, that just doesn't really happen. What for Rap City, man, which is, we keep hearing rumors that the show is coming back. I've been hearing that lately. What was, like, one of your favorite freestyles or favorite interviews from the Rap City years that you were there?
Freestyles probably was Big Boy for Outkast.
Okay.
Because I remember doing a show with Andre 3000 and trying to get him to go in the booth. And he didn't want to do it. And he like, yo, man, when Big Boy come up here, get Big Boy to do it. I think that's when they did the double album.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, come on, 3000, man. And he didn't want to do it, whatever. And then when Big Boy came up there, I asked him, and he didn't want to do it. And I'm like, come on, man. I'm saying, yo, this nigga 3,000 said, you the nicest nigga off the head with it. Like, you'll freestyle anybody under the mat. And when I said that, he kind of lit up. He's like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And he went in the booth and he destroyed that shit. Lil Wayne was another one that got busy in there. I remember when Boys in the Hood came, and they all was in the booth. Like Jeezy bodied it. What's the old little boy? Jody Breeze. He did good. But one of them niggas, the nigga kept
Duke or Gee? One of the two.
Gee. I think it was Gee. Every time he came up to the mic, niggas like, he fuck up. and then they rotate, he come up again, he fuck up again and shit. So we had to cut it. And I was like, nah, fuck that, leave it. Aaron, just like that. Nah, man, we can't do that to him. Nah, man, this is rap. See, niggas need to know niggas mess up. But they wouldn't let me keep it in there and stuff. But if that was my show, it was gonna air just like that. Yeah,
man, that is absolutely.
But it was plenty of people that came in there and gave it bars. And then I remember when Mad Links was the host.
Yeah.
I would have him DJ, and then my thing was, Links, don't just play the beat no more. Cut it up when niggas is rhyming.
Yeah.
Let's see who could really rhyme. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then, we jazz it up like that. But, I had a lot of fun doing Rap City, man. I had a lot of fun doing that. And it was like, I never dreamed of being a producer of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I was always a big fan of it, but never did I think that I would be the one pushing the buttons behind that. And when it happened, it just really blew me away because it was actually after I quit Roc A Fella.
Yeah.
So I didn't know what was next.
Right.
And that was a sweet-ass revenge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be the producer of Rap City. And then Dame had to come up there when he put out State Property 2. And I remember when he came, and I'm like, this is the things that we're going to talk about. And I gave him my script. And he was like, damn, you did all this? I'm like, nigga, you still don't fucking think it's me.
Right.
No, the white girl did it. That's not even here. That keep taking all my shine and taking all my fucking credit. Yeah, the white girl did this too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's the only gripe I got with Dame is that we would have been so much fucking bigger. Even now, if me and him got together, like, I know we'll do some phenomenal things, but the fact that he always doubted me over the white people, it just I just hated that shit. It was like with him was, my model that I created for Dane was, if it's white, it's right.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
When is
you know what I'm saying? And then he say, he called people culture vultures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he the culture vulture when it come to the white people. Like you won't catch him with no black bitch. You know what I'm saying? With no sister, pardon me, I ain't mean to call y'all bitches. But, you know what I'm saying? You won't catch him with no black girl, but he will be with a white girl. He the culture vulture of dating. Yo, Dame, I love you, man. You know it's all love. When was the
last time y'all had a conversation?
A conversation? Shit. It's been years. Shit. It's probably been at least 10 years.
Wow.
Since we probably seen each other and gave each other the head nod.
Right.
Or something like that. But to sit down and talk, it's been a long time. But I would love to talk to him. I would definitely love to sit down and squash whatever it is we had and make it right, even if it took us fighting to make it right.
Sometimes that's what it takes. Shit.
I would get in the ring with him. I don't care. Even if he knocked me out, I wouldn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But I doubt that would happen. But you know what I'm saying? But I just they people say time ease pain. You know what I'm saying? And with all the time that went by and stuff, and all I experienced and went through, and the same for him, it don't make sense for us to have a problem with each other. If it was money, fuck money. You know what I'm saying? If it was about, respect and disrespect, we could sit down and talk about it and hash it out. And like I said, I would even get in the ring with him and box it out. Like, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I learned a lot from him. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot from his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And I learned a lot from him and Jay's relationship. Yeah. So, I don't have no beef with him at all. Like, whatever happened, but I know ultimately it was the people around him that made us fall out. And running a company that big and with those many people, you're the head of that many people. You can't see everybody for who the fuck they are, especially when they got a pussy and a big ass. You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
So speaking on Roc A Fella, what was it like working on that unauthorized biography of Jay-Z joint? Because I remember when it came out, I believe that they brought you on just to be like, we're going to interview you for this thing, but then when they found out that you knew every damn thing, they were like, shit, nigga, you want to goddamn make this motherfucker?
Yeah. Basically, that's how it was. It was like they was getting so much information from me that I became a producer. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was good because I got to, I got Jazzo involved. You know what I'm saying? So, I gave him a lot of elements that made it more authentic. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like how the project came out, because it was the good and the good and the bad about Jay, and you had the people that don't fuck with him, you know what I'm saying. Then you have the people that idolize him, so it had a great balance.
For sure. Is there anybody else or any other subject that you're planning on doing a full project on that we'll see at some point? Right
now, I'm reaching out to Kwame Kilpatrick. Ooh. I'm trying to do that story. That's the story. That's like my baby project that I want to do. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote him. I reached out to him. I'm just waiting for a response to see what he say. And hopefully, if he gives me the rights to do it, I already have Big Boy from Outkast committed to playing him. As y'all know, he looked just like him.
Hell no.
And if you saw him in Superfly, if you saw Superfly, the remake, that was Kwame Kilpatrick, Big Boy. That was like the prequel.
Damn.
And shit. But
I see it now.
Yeah. And then and Director X, he gave me a verbal commitment to be a producer on that too, if I could get it the rights to it. So that's what I'm working on right now. Outside of, I have my own television series that I'm developing right now. I won't say the name of the network that I'm doing it with, because y'all niggas be blocking. But, right now, and that right there is a challenge. It's very hard. This is my first series, so the stuff that I'm doing and I'm turning in and the constructive criticism that I'm getting, I get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm loving the challenge.
Gotcha.
This is a big challenge.
You producing it? Or?
I'm writing, producing it, and directing it.
Wow. What is it? Can you tell us a little bit what it's about? Or
it's my story.
Okay.
It's my story of, me coming from poverty and going into the industry. But it's the story everybody want to know.
Okay.
But it's just going to be on TV. So, I'm going to give 50 a run for his money with power.
Shit.
Okay. This should be something where niggas would be like, yo, 50, the nigga Choke, giving Power a run for his money. He'll leave Empire alone and start trolling me.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Last question before we get out of here. Not so much of a question, I want you to give a statement. One of the things I respect a lot about you is your stance on not having one foot in and one foot out. If you're going to make a decision to stop doing dirt, to stop doing illegal shit for whatever reason, to really give it up, man. So especially nowadays, because you talked a lot in the past about your mom and her overcoming her addiction,
right,
and how that went hand in hand with you giving up hustling. Nowadays, drug addiction is glorified. You know what I mean? It's like a flip of a switch from how it was back in the day. So what advice would you give to the young cats coming up, man, just about success or gaining success by taking the bullshit out of your life?
Well, first of all, I don't get this whole little drug era. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, dudes want to be out here promoting hard drugs. You know, like, you know, the kid Mac Miller died.
Yeah.
It's like he died, and it's like, yo, well, what he at? We need some of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with this era, but I don't think that dudes should be helping push this whole agenda with the drug thing. But how this era came to be was we came out of a gangster era.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe not everybody was quote unquote real gangsters, but that was the persona for the era. So what happened was this industry is built on fuck shit. Like, people in the industry that are above us, you know what I'm saying, or the people that we deal with, and these record labels and these companies, it's a corrupt business. Mm-hmm. You know, but they take advantage of the less educated ones. You know what I'm saying? So what happens is when you got dudes that come from the street, and, you know, you got to remember the whole 90s was Rough Riders, drug dealers turned businessmen.
Yeah.
Roc A Fella, drug dealers turned businessmen. You know what I'm saying? Ruthless Records, drug dealers turned businessmen. Right. You know what I'm saying? All these people are coming from the streets. You know what I'm saying? With no business sense of the entertainment business. Gotcha. They don't have no knowledge of the entertainment business, but they know business.
Right.
So when they start getting to the point where they getting more educated about the business, Jay Prince, rapper a lot of records, street nigga turned businessman. You know what I'm saying? Master P. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You dealing with a bunch of gangster motherfuckers. Right. You know what I'm saying? And even if they ain't no killers, they got killers around them. And they taking care of killers. So when it got to the point in the industry where now you got these dudes getting very educated on the business sense, you know what I'm saying? Suge Knights and all these dudes, and find out they being taken advantage of. Now some gangster shit is going to start happening. You know what I'm saying? So they coming up in your offices, and niggas shit is getting broken up. Motherfuckers is coming in there with bats. There's being threats. This is all going on in the 90s. So what happens is we need to get these niggas the fuck out of here.
Right.
Don't bring no more gangster music into this industry. We dead in gangster rap. We dead in it, we dead in it, we dead in it. And that was the conversation that was had behind closed doors that we don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Or we wasn't privy to. Right. So now you start seeing the gangster era dying, going away. Lil Wayne was probably about the last of the last of that era. You know what I'm saying? Then when he came home from jail, he switched it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what happened was they ushered the gangster era out and brought in this new era of kids that don't have no business knowledge
at all
of the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? Because I noticed, because when I left BET, I would go up there and take people's stuff up there and be like, yo, play my man video. Yo, Choke, we can't play this. What do you mean you can't play it? Yo, they saying, yo, no more gangster music. They just want us with, you know, the kids with the little funny clothes, the tight clothes, and this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. So I seen the whole thing going.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I seen that the networks was like, yo, no more gangster music. No more of that. All right, bring this in, bring that in. So all they did was usher in all the kids and started grabbing kids off YouTube, the Soulja Boys, and things like that started when the internet started happening. Now, these kids don't know nothing about the music industry.
At all.
Look how much money Soulja Boy was making off of ringtones and everything. Where he at?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because they took advantage of all the new generation that came in. Even now, you even remember when Joe Budden had that conversation with Lil Uzi Vert, and he was mad at him because the kid was like, "Yo, I don't care."
Yachty.
It was Yachty, right? It was Yachty. Yeah. He's giving him game like, "Yo, they robbing you, my nigga. You need to care." And he's like, "I don't care." Like, and Joe Budden is so mad. He's like, "Yo, I'm giving you game, and you're not taking it because you're just happy to be popular." You know what I'm saying? So that's what happened to the gangster era. They ushered it out because the motherfuckers was tired of getting their heads cracked. Officers ran up in because they know they doing some fuck shit all the time. Right. So that's why we in the era that we in now, and they pushing the drug thing because it do what?
Escapism. It makes you not be on point.
There you go. So now you know.
Straight gang. Choke no joke, man. Please tell people where they can find you and what work they should be looking for from you, man.
All right. Well, y'all can find me at Real Choke No Joke. That's RealChokeNojoke on Instagram. Twitter is choke_no_joke on Twitter. Y'all can email me, chokenojoke@gmail. If you want to contact me, give me a call. 646-926-3392. Hit me up, man. Choke no joke. I'm in the building.
For sure. We appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review. Show us some love. We'll show you some love back. We'll holler at you next week with another dope show. Peace.
100.